Oh man, I am so freaking excited for this week's video because we're finally going to be putting custom Sur-Ron wheels on the Rerode. You probably have never seen this box, but if you can read here, it says Viper on the box. And at the very bottom, it says vipermoto.com.br. And what does that BR mean? Brazil, because these hoops were specially imported from Brazil. Unraveling the beauty that is these Viper wheels. If you look at the side walls, it says Motard on the side, has a little Viper here. This is actually just a clear sticker. You can peel this off if you like. The rim itself is like deep dished. So it's like the walls are thicker than the inner part of the hoops, and I really like this design. So like if you look at it straight from the side, you don't even see the inner parts. High quality aluminum. I believe these are 70-75 grade. And the way that I found out about these wheels is that I went to Google and I just started searching 36 hole hoops. And I'm like I'm looking. I came across the Viper brand, and they have all these crazy colors and designs, and everything on their site just looked so good. And so I sent them a little message and I said, hey, do you guys export to the United States? And then they said, sorry, we don't do international shipping. And I was like, no freaking way, dude. Like, now I want them even more. The fact that you can't get them in the United States, the fact that you don't do international shipping makes me furious. Like, why can't I just get these things? And so I kind of left it alone for a while. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just not gonna get the hoops that I want. Until one day I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just like hire someone in Brazil to buy it for you and just ship it for you? Like, does that even exist? And so I start doing this research about like, hey, can I find a personal shopper, someone that would be willing to buy the hoops in Brazil and then ship them to me? And turns out this is an actual real thing. You can find people in literally any country who will personally shop for you. And so the site that I found was MKPBR Brazil. I'll leave a link in the description below. It had like no reviews, and I was like, oh, I don't know, but there's not many options, and this is like the closest thing that I could see as a legit option. I send them a message. I'm like, hey, this is what I want to buy. I send them the link, and they sent me a quote back. They didn't take PayPal. I think I ended up paying there's some weird wiring place, like a company that I had no idea what even was. They showed me proof that they ordered the rims, and then a week later, I think it was 10 or 12 days later, they sent me pictures of these rims and like, hey, we just got them, we're gonna pack them up and ship them out. And I was like, no way, like this is a real thing. They ended up shipping them from Brazil. It took a total of 24 days. That was from the time I sent the money for the personal shopper to receive them, and then for the shopper to box them up and send them to me. The front is a 17 1.85, and then the rear is a 17 2.5. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, when I put the wheels together, do I want to put like the chrome hubs, or do I want to have like pay homage to Sur-Ron and have OEM Sur-Ron hubs? So I decided, you know what, we're gonna go OEM black hubs, so I have a piece of the light be with me no matter what bike I'm on. So I'm gonna go ahead and lace these wheels up, true them up, and then we gotta go slap some tires on them, put them on the Rerode, and we'll be good to go. Something about something that just feels premium that makes you just go like, damn, that's nice, that's nice. So I just finished up the wheels, but that wasn't the only thing I imported for this sumo set. I also imported these tires from the Netherlands. These are the Pirelli's City Angels. They look beautiful. For the front, because I'm sure people will ask, this is the 80, 90, 17. And then for the rear, I got 170, 17. So can't wait to put these bad boys on. I actually ordered these from a website called Motardin or Trade-In, one of those things. It ended up taking 3 weeks to come in. They're a couple $100 and not super cheap, but yeah, I'll end up putting the full price breakdown at the end, and you guys can tell me if it's a big waste of money or I got my money's worth. And here we are with the Rerode and the new Viper 17-inch Sumos equipped with the Pirelli Angel City tires. I am in awe of this bike. Completely transforms it, gives it so much character, and whew, I'm so glad to finally put a bow on this project that has been months in the making, and the fact that everything lined up, everything worked out. It's kind of like, okay, it's possible. Because you know, whenever you're the first one to do something, it's like, do you want to take the risk? Am I going to waste money? Is it going to work out? And then if it works out, then it's like, whew, what a sigh of relief. And now I can breathe a little bit. Now I'll be able to enjoy the Rerode way more than I ever have. I'm so excited, and I honestly truly feel like these are the best wheels that I've ever built before. They look just incredible. Really happy with the bike. We'll have to see how the wheels affect like the top end as well. I don't know. We'll do that in another video. I really just wanted to show myself like, oh, you know what? This is possible, this idea that stuck in my head for all this time that I was like, man, I really want it. If you haven't wheelied with some street tires on, you don't know what you're missing. Like if you're good at wheeling without them, when you get some, it's like, whoo! Side note, Kima is just a nice area to be. A little bit pricey with the apartments out here. I was looking on some listings online, but they seem very nice, you know? If I can get my money's worth and it's reasonable, I could see myself living in Kima. Somewhere in this area is gonna be my next spot. Get out there on the water, maybe teach my kiddo how to fish. I really wanna like make sure that he has experiences like I did when I was a kid. My grandma, she had property right on the Mississippi River, so I spent so much time out on the water, on the pontoon boat, fishing and freaking swimming in that river water. And so it's like I want him to feel that too, especially because he kind of is an iPad kid, which is, you know, it's made him smart in some ways, but I feel like he's sheltered in other ways. So I want to make sure I break him out of that box and just make sure that he, you know, he experiences things and he finds things that he loves and that he can be passionate about. And I left the 48 tooth sprocket, the stock sprocket on there on the rear for now, because I was like, I don't need to upgrade. And honestly, it doesn't feel too torquey. Like it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, it's so torquey now that I have a bigger sprocket on the smaller wheels. I do not feel that at all. I'll have to talk about this spot. This is Clear Lake Shores. Before I decided to put this week's video up, I wanted to do a kayaking video. And so I rented a kayak from this place that's down here. I kayaked all the way through this channel here out into the bay. And, you know, I was out there for a solid hour and a half. I was on my way back, came through this channel, going back here. It started to rain, so I stopped underneath this bridge and just to avoid the rain. And I had my GoPro clamped onto my hat. Well, I'm just chilling, looking around. I turned my head too quickly, and the GoPro flew off my hat into the water. So my Insta360 Ace Pro is currently at the bottom of this freaking channelway underneath this bridge. So if you're a diver or something, I don't know if it would still work, but there is a brand new, well, not brand new, but there is an Insta360 Ace Pro underneath this. The only reason I didn't just jump in right after it was, one, I got scared because I saw the alligator signs. Two, I had my phone on me, so I didn't want to jump in the water and then also lose my phone. And I had my backpack too, and I was like, dude, I just have to chuck it up as a loss. I cannot explain how good it feels to wrap up this project and to show people that there are other options. Like, of course you can get Warp 9 wheels or freaking milk racing wheels or whatever other company wheels. But now you just have another great option from a company that I sent them the wheels and they loved them. A company that's supportive of our industry, and they have tons of great colors on hoops and stuff like that. So I've been really happy with the whole experience and going through some of the challenges and stuff like that. And I'm starting to get a little hungry. But you know what? I'm actually gonna get lunch for free today because this electric bike company called Tromox, I don't know, something like that. They sent me an email to my business account, and I was like, what is this? And they're like, hey, we'll pay you $100 if you give us a survey on this new bike, or they're building 2 new bikes. And I was like, okay. And so I filled out the rider feedback thing, and they just PayPal'd me $100. And so I'm going to go freaking give me some Starbucks, and I don't know what else, but I'm going to get lunch. Shout out to that e-bike company. I guess that could be counted as the first dollar that I've ever made on YouTube. No, I can't count that. I have to count the payment that Moto gave me to install brakes. But hey, you know, between those 2 things, like, dude, I'm making money on YouTube. That YouTube money is so nice. All the hours and effort that I put in and money that I put in, for it to pay back like $100. Whew. Okay, the back of this Target. This seems like a good spot to film. Yeah, let's just go over the specs real quick and the price breakdown in case you want to do something like this. So as far as the cost goes, this was not a cheap project by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll give it to you quick. The hoops, $325. The spokes, $220. The hubs, $90 for the set. And the tires, $220. That brings our grand total for this project to $865 for a custom wheel set. However, if we include the cost to have them installed in the tube and the rim strip, it brings our grand total to $965. So less than $1,000, complete custom setup. I'm happy with that price. That is more than acceptable for what I got out of this project. So let me know what you guys think of the price. Did I overpay? Would you pay this much? You know, it's all subjective. And that was really all that I have for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I hope that you appreciated the effort and the turnout of these sumo wheels. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.